All right, let's see what's going on inside here. I do not know anything about power washers, pumps. I mean, I have an idea of how they work, but that's about it. So this is not a how-to video. It's just more or less me figuring it out while you guys watch. Yeah, it seems like it's working. There we go. All right. Now I know there's little pistons and stuff in there. Oh yeah, you can see where all the oil and water has mixed in with each other. Okay, cool. So this is actually pretty straightforward. So next is figuring out, wow, yeah, that's pretty messy. Yeah, you can see that seal right there. It just kind of, it almost looks like it was like that from factory. Because I can't really imagine that seal would do that on its own. I don't know. Either way, let's get the seal out of here and see if I've got a seal that is that size. Make sure I don't have a snap ring. Let's see, I don't see a snap ring on this, but I'm trying to figure out how the hell it comes out of there. Oh, okay, I see. This piece has to pop out. So, you know what? I got an idea. I'll grab a couple of blocks of wood, and I'll see if I can maybe whack it out. There we go. That's all I needed. Okay. So I got that seal out of here, and let's see if I've got a seal that's this size. I have just about every damn seal but the size I need. That's how it always works out when you need a seal for something. So there should be a part, or I mean a size on this thing. Usually there is. But yeah, so that's what I figured out so far. And I'm trying to figure out, I can't imagine water is supposed to be in here. You know what, that's probably what happened. I wonder if water got past these pistons and pressurized this area, which in turn blew the seal out. That might be actually what happened. This thing might have worn out pistons, if I had to say. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some research on this and see. Now that I know what parts I need to get for that, I'm probably gonna look on the parts diagram, see if I can just get the whole Rebiuld kit, assuming that this isn't worn out or anything like that, because water was getting into this side, but maybe water's supposed to get into this side, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is supposed to have oil in here. I can't imagine, yeah. I'm not an expert on this, but anyways, put this stuff into the box over here, so that way I know which pump belongs to what. You know what, before I put this completely away, what I'll do is take this part apart too. Let me see a bolt, that's why. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so that was a good call of me wanting to take this apart, because there are seals in here. I'm gonna have to replace these seals too. So that's what I'll do. Looks like there's also seals on the inside of that part. So these, I'm guessing, these little brass pieces come out of here. Yep. And then it appears, wow, they have a lot of seals in this. I guess that would make sense though, right? Okay, so go see if I can find a parts diagram and then get parts ordered for this. Put this all back so that way I know what goes where. Take this seal and this seal right here. Yeah, because you can see right here actually there's a washer on each one of those, and then there's a seal under each one of those. Okay, makes sense. Whoops, I guess those just pop out like that. I've never really worked on a, I've worked on power washers, but I've never worked on the pump, so this is all new to me. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I just noticed something. Look at this. That, so my next question is, did something come apart inside of this to cause that damage? That's the question. The only other idea I could think of is why that thing has damaged that little washer is because the power washer might have been started without water in it. That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, because the water acts like the lubricant, if that makes any sense. But looking on here, here's the plungers or pistons, whatever you want to call them. That's the only thing I could think of that happened, was this was started with no water, and no, that wouldn't make sense. How the hell would that happen? That's a mystery. That is very interesting. If you guys have any ideas in the comments, let me know what you think could have caused that, because I honestly don't know. I wonder. So, damn, freaking bleeding. It almost looks like rust or something built up inside of here. That seal is all chewed up. I don't know how well the camera's picking any of this up. Yeah, there's some hard water in there. Maybe that's what happened. Is now thinking about it, I think I just discovered what happened. One, it probably sat for a long time, and a chunk of calcium built up in there, and it got pushed through, and probably that's what caused it to bend that washer. Or the other thing that could have happened, I'm going to take a wild guess, is that it was started with no water and it overheated and grabbed a hold of this, because I think this is supposed to be a nice machined tight fit to this. No, maybe not. And then put this away for now, and put this away for now. And don't lose that. Or that. Alright, there's definitely oil in there. So I think that answers the question for the other one, is there's not supposed to be water and oil mixing in this area, which would make a lot of sense, actually. It smells like ATF. Well, I see the problem with this one. I see exactly what happened with this one. Why it didn't work. Okay. Oh, wow. This one's really crusty. So both of these need a rebuild. The seals probably have seen better days. Okay, I see. So that's just a... I mean, I could turn this into a rebuild video. I've never done it before. But like I said, that's the thing, is I've never done it before. I'd be willing to try it though. There's a seal right there of some sort. I'm not sure where the hell that just came from. Was it on this? No? It was right there. That's where it came from. Okay. So it appears that this is not really worn out. I didn't even check if that one had it. Cylinder walls are... They don't appear to be scored or anything, so I assume that's a good thing. I can't imagine, because they don't use that to seal anyways. They use the seals to seal. Put this back together like this for now, and then go see how much parts are for this, for both of them, versus just buying new pumps. I got to figure out what the make and model of that power washer is, though, of course, too. So, yeah, here's a little, I mean, the seals feel pretty tight on that, but I'm sure they should be tighter. It's interesting, the seals aren't even really rubber, they're more of like, maybe like a nylon impregnated rubber, if I had to guess. That's what it seems like. And they seem kind of stiff, which I assume is probably not the best. They're probably supposed to be soft. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go see what it costs to replace parts versus rebuilding the whole thing. So, all right, let's go check out parts. So it seems like Simpson pumps, they have a pretty decent parts catalog, and they're not terribly priced. The only part that I didn't see in here was the main oil seal, which I would hope comes in this kit, but just in case, I'll go on eBay or something and go find one that's just a right matching size and then get that as well. But hopefully next video I'll get this thing all put back together and pumping water again. I mean, I just got to find the parts for the other pump too, because I'm gonna have to rebuild both of those pumps. Unless the other one's a really cheap pump, then I'll just throw a cheap pump on it. But this one, it was either rebuild it for $100 or buy a brand new one for like 300 something. So there we go.